Good morning students. So we'll continue with the topic aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids. In the last class we have discussed about the preparation of aldehydes and ketones, common methods of preparation of aldehydes and ketones. So today we will continue with the methods of preparation of aldehydes. Okay, only we are preparing here aldehydes. Okay, so the first method is from acyl chloride or acid chloride. Okay, here this reaction is also called as Rosenmund reduction. The reaction is Rosenmund reduction. It's actually the reduction process. Reduction means addition of hydrogen takes place. Okay, so reduction agate idರಲ್ಲಿ. So what we have to take, the starting material is acyl chloride or acid chloride, through which we have to pass the dihydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is passed over acid chloride in presence of the catalyst palladium, which is supported over barium sulfate, so that the reduction takes place to get the respective aldehyde. So I have to take here acid chloride as a starting material, which is represented by RCOCl. So when hydrogen gas is passed over this acid chloride in presence of palladium catalyst, which is supported over barium sulfate, results in the formation of respective aldehyde. So what happens here? We have dihydrogen. So H, right? So two hydrogen atoms are there. One of them will combine with Cl to form HCl, and the other one goes in place of Cl. Okay. So we are getting the product RCOH. So this is nothing but the aldehyde which is formed as the product. So the reduction of acid chloride to the aldehyde in presence of palladium catalyst supported over barium sulfate. This reaction is known as Rosenmund reduction. It's a named reaction, very important reaction for the examination. Okay, so I'll write an example for this. In place of R, you can take any alkyl group or aryl group. So if I take here CH3, COCl in presence of dihydrogen. Dihydrogen is passed over the acetyl chloride. This is acetyl chloride in presence of the catalyst palladium and barium sulfate, results in the formation of acetaldehyde. So Cl is replaced by hydrogen. So we are getting the product CH3CHO. So this is acetaldehyde. The product is acetaldehyde. Okay. Similarly, if I take aryl group, that is, if I take benzene ring in place of R, so this is benzoyl chloride. Name of the compound is benzoyl chloride. When this is treated with hydrogen in presence of the same catalyst, so what we get here? Benzaldehyde. Benzoyl chloride is reduced to benzaldehyde by passing hydrogen gas over the benzoyl chloride in presence of palladium and barium sulfate. So this is the Rosenmund reduction. Very important for the examination. They can put question mark on the product side or on the reactant. You have to, or on the reaction condition. You have to complete the reaction. Okay. Directly they can ask explain Rosenmund reaction with the equation, or they can put the question mark. You have to complete the reaction. Okay. So this is the Rosenmund reduction. Here one more point you have to remember. If only this is the case, if reaction continues like this, it may undergo, the aldehyde may further undergo reduction to form primary alcohol. So this further undergoes reduction to form primary alcohol, RCH2OH may form. So what we have to do during this, when we need only aldehyde, what we have to do, we have to use a little amount of sulfur which acts as a poison. It poisons the reaction. Partially, little amount of sulfur is used which partially poisons the reaction, so that the reaction stops at the aldehyde step. Okay. So this is one thing we have to remember. And one more thing is, from this method we can't prepare formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is represented as HCHO, right? So this is not prepared by Rosenmund reduction, because to get this one by Rosenmund reaction we need HCOCl. as a formal chloride as a starting material, but this is unstable, it is not available, so we can't prepare formaldehyde by direct Rosenmund reduction. Okay, so remember this is about the first method of preparation of aldehydes from acid chloride. The second method of preparation is from nitriles and esters. So this is also the reduction process where nitriles or esters are reduced. This reaction is called as Stefan's reduction. Okay, this is also named reaction, again important for the examination, Stefan reduction. So what happens here in this reaction, nitriles are reduced to imines on the reaction with stannous chloride in presence of HCl at room temperature, which on hydrolysis results in the formation of aldehyde. So nitriles means we have like this. This is the general representation for nitrile. So when this nitrile, here there is a triple bond between carbon and nitrogen, right? So when this is treated with stannous chloride in presence of HCl, this undergoes reduction to form imines. Imines are represented like this. Okay, RCH here. When these two are treated, stannous chloride in presence of HCl, there is a formation of stannic chloride and 2 moles of nascent hydrogens are released. So these hydrogens are acting as a reducing agent. So this helps in the reduction of nitrile. So one hydrogen attaches here, another hydrogen attaches here. So triple bond is converted to double bond. So there is a formation of imine. This is our imine. So this on further hydrolysis, we will be having HCl in the reaction mixture, so it undergoes acid hydrolysis only. So in presence of on hydrolysis, imine results in the formation of aldehyde. Okay, so this is the Stefan's reduction. Nitrile on reaction with stannous chloride in HCl at room temperature gives imine, which on hydrolysis results in the formation of respective aldehyde. For example, if I write here CH3 C triple bond N, okay, acetyl nitrile, when it is treated with stannic chloride in presence of HCl, as I said, the 2 moles of nascent hydrogen, that is helping for the reduction. So what happens here, there is a formation of CH3 CH double bond NH. Okay, actually here we will be having HCl in excess, it will be present, so it will be forming like this imine chloride, hydrochloride will be formed. This on further hydrolysis, there is a formation of, see here, this goes out as NH4Cl, oxygen attaches to the carbon. So there is a formation of CH3 CH double bond O. Whatever the remaining part is there, that will be released as a byproduct ammonium chloride. So this is how the reaction takes place. Okay, so this is Stefan's reduction. Acetyl nitrile is reduced to the acetaldehyde. It is reduced to the imine, which on hydrolysis gives acetaldehyde. Okay, not only Stefan's reduction, nitriles can be also reduced by using another reagent which selectively reduces the nitrile to the aldehyde, that is by diisobutyl aluminium hydride. The reagent used is diisobutyl aluminium hydride. It can be represented like this, it can be written like this, okay, short form. So diisobutyl aluminium hydride, which also gives imine. Nitrile is reduced to imine, which is further subjected for hydrolysis to give the aldehyde. Okay. The general reaction for this can be written as, the nitrile is represented as Rc triple bond N. When this is treated with diisobutyl aluminium hydride, which can be written as I. Okay, so diisobutyl aluminium hydride, when it is treated with this compound, first it undergoes reduction. So there is a formation of imine. When this is subjected for hydrolysis, acid hydrolysis, there is a formation of respective aldehyde. So like this, there is a formation of the reduction of nitrile to the imine and further undergoes hydrolysis to give the aldehyde. This takes place. Okay. if I write an example, if I take acetyl nitrile, this on reaction with diisobutyl aluminium hydride followed by hydrolysis results in the formation of acetaldehyde. Okay, so this is one example. Similarly, if I have, as I said, it is a selective reducing agent. Here we don't have any other reducible group, only we have nitrile. If any other group is present, then also it reduces only nitrile group. Okay, the remaining part remains as it is, the other things remains as it is. For example, if I consider an example of this compound where I have another double bond which is also reducible. This can be reducible. Okay, if we use any other reducing agent, even this reduces. There is a double bond is converted to single bond. But when I use this diisobutyl aluminium hydride, what happens? Only the nitrile part is reduced to imine. Okay, so the nitrile part is this. Only this is reduced to imine, that is CH double bond NH, which on further hydrolysis gives CHO. So I can write here directly. After both the steps, I get here the final compound as CH double bond CH, CH2, CH2, CHO. So the nitrile is reduced to aldehyde. Okay, so a nitrile is converted to aldehyde. So this is how it acts as a selective reducing agent. Similarly, even esters can be reduced or it is converted to the aldehyde directly. Okay, so here I take an example of one ester, that is CH3, CH2 9 times CO, OC2H5. This is one ester. Okay, so this ester, when it is treated with the same reagent, that is in the first step it is treated with diisobutyl aluminium hydride and it is followed by hydrolysis at a lower temperature, at 195 Kelvin temperature. At a lower temperature the reaction takes place so that ester is directly converted to the respective aldehyde. So I will get here the compound CH3, CH2 9 times CO, that is CHO. Okay, so this is the compound what I get as a product. So directly ester is converted to the aldehyde by the use of diisobutyl aluminium hydride as a reducing agent. Remember this, to get the aldehyde from ester, we have to use this reagent at a lower temperature. If we do the same reaction at the room temperature, we are getting the primary alcohol. So we have to lower the temperature to get the aldehyde from this particular reagent. Okay, so this is about the second method of preparation of aldehydes by nitriles and esters. The third method of preparation is from hydrocarbons. Here we are preparing particularly the aromatic aldehydes. Okay, so aromatic aldehydes are prepared from the aromatic compounds. As you know, benzene should be there. The derivatives of benzene will be there, which results in the formation of benzaldehyde. Here we are taking the first example, that is by the oxidation of methyl benzene. Okay, so methyl benzene on oxidation results in the formation of benzaldehyde. How it is possible? See here, if I take here methyl benzene is nothing but our toluene. So when toluene is subjected for oxidation, for this we have to take the oxidizing agent. So oxidizing agent used here will be alkaline KMnO4 or potassium dichromate, acidified potassium dichromate, or concentrated nitric acid. If I take any of these reagents, it undergoes complete oxidation and results in the formation of benzoic acid. Okay, it is not undergoing oxidation to give the benzaldehyde, it results in the formation of benzoic acid, as these are strong oxidizing agents. So to get the aldehyde stage or the benzaldehyde as a product, we have to use mild oxidizing agents. So the mild oxidizing agents used here are chromine chloride aqueous. That is one reagent we can use. Another one is chromic anhydride or chromic trioxide in acetic anhydride. That can be used as a oxidizing agent to oxidize toluene to the benzaldehyde. So we will See the first one, that is by the oxidation of methyl benzene with chromine chloride. Okay, chromine chloride is the oxidizing agent, mild oxidizing agent used. So chromine chloride, you have heard this in the qualitative analysis of acid radicals, the salt analysis ಮಾಡ್ತಾ chloride test ಇದೆ, chromine chloride test ಅಂತ. So you have seen this chromine chloride vapors, okay, reddish orange vapors, whatever you get after the addition of potassium dichromate in the acid medium to the chloride containing salt, whatever the vapors are released, that is nothing but the chromine chloride vapors, which is having the formula CrO2Cl2. It is a mild oxidizing agent. Okay, so when the toluene is treated with when it is treated with chromine chloride in carbon disulfide or carbon tetrachloride solvent, it forms, first it gives a complex compound which is written as this kind of complex intermediate is formed, which on further acid hydrolysis results in the formation of benzaldehyde. Okay, so this on hydrolysis results in the formation of benzaldehyde. This reaction is named as Itard reaction. A named reaction, very important for your competitive examinations. Okay, Itard reaction, where chromine chloride is used as an oxidizing agent for the oxidation of toluene to the benzaldehyde. Okay, so this is the first method of preparation of benzaldehyde, aromatic aldehyde from the hydrocarbon. Another mild oxidizing agent used for the oxidation of methyl benzene is chromic oxide in acetic anhydride. So this is another mild oxidizing agent used for the oxidation of methyl benzene or toluene and the derivatives of toluene to the respective aldehyde. So what we have to take here, the toluene is taken. You can take even derivatives of toluene for the reaction. So when it is treated with chromic oxide in presence of acetic anhydride, it is written as CH3CO twice O. Okay, so acetic anhydride is formed by the loss of water from 2 moles of acetic acid. So how it is formed, see here, these are the 2 acetic acid molecules. So by the condensation, by the loss of water, what happens? There is a formation of an anhydride. So what is the anhydride formed here? CH3COOCOCH3. Okay, so this is the anhydride form, which can be written as CH3CO twice. So these are in 2 in number, right? So this is it is repeated 2 times, just connected with the single oxygen. So the same acetic anhydride. Okay, so toluene is treated with chromic oxide in acetic anhydride. First, there is a formation of a complex, intermediate complex is formed, that is benzalidine diacetate, which can be written as, the reaction takes place at 273 to 283 Kelvin temperature. So there is a formation of a intermediate compound that is written as benzalidine diacetate. Okay, so this benzalidine diacetate on acid hydrolysis, on heating, results in the formation of benzaldehyde. This results in the formation of benzaldehyde. Clear? So the aromatic aldehyde is prepared from the aromatic hydrocarbons by using mild oxidizing agents like chromine chloride and chromic oxide in acetic anhydride. So these are the 2 reactions. The next one from the hydrocarbons is by the side chain chlorination of benzene followed by hydrolysis. So side chain chlorination means what? See here, I have a benzene ring. Okay, So I have to do the chlorination to the side chain. See here, this is the side chain to the benzene ring. CH3 is a substitution which acts as a side chain to the benzene ring. So here, side chain chlorination I have to do. That means I have to substitute Cl here. I have to remove one hydrogen. In that place, I have to put one Cl. So side chain chlorination at the head. So for this, what I have to take as a reagent? See here, there are two conditions. One is if I use chlorine in presence of anhydrous aluminium chloride or stannous chloride. So such reagents are used. If this is the reagent, then the ring substitution takes place. Electrophilic substitution takes place to the ring. That is, I will get the product as orthochloro, mixture of orthochloro and parachlorotoluene will be formed as a product. If I use this as a reagent, chlorine in presence of anhydrous Cl3 or FeCl3, if I use such reagent, I will get the products like this. This is called as ring substitution, ring electrophilic substitution reaction. But I don't want the substitution. I don't want Cl to substitute to the ring. Benzene ring ಗೆ Cl attach ಆಗೋದು ಬೇಡ. ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ? I have to attach Cl to the side chain. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ side chain substitution ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ what reagent we have to take? We have to use the chlorination in presence of sunlight. In presence of sunlight, I have to do the chlorination. So then only the side chain substitution takes place. Substitution reaction, okay, takes place. Here I have to take, see, when I treat toluene with chlorine in presence of sunlight, what we get as a product? One Cl combines with hydrogen, goes out as let's Cl, and I'll get here CH2Cl. This is called as benzyl chloride. You have done the chlorination of methane, free radical mechanism of methane, right? Last year you have studied. Same type of reaction takes place, free radical mechanism takes place to form benzyl chloride. This benzyl chloride is further subjected for hydrolysis, which results in the formation of benzaldehyde. Hydrolysis done at 372 Kelvin temperature. Okay, we have to heat it with the water so that benzyl chloride is converted to benzaldehyde. So this is the side chain chlorination followed by hydrolysis to get the benzaldehyde. The next method of preparation of benzaldehyde from respect to aromatic hydrocarbon is by Gutermann-Koch reaction. This is very important. Again, named reaction, very important for the examination. For 2 marks, they can ask directly or they can give the question mark in the reaction and we have to complete the reaction. Okay. So, in the Gutermann-Koch reaction, what we have to take here, the benzene or its derivative benzene is treated with carbon monoxide in HCl in presence of anhydrous aluminium chloride or cuprous chloride, which acts as a catalyst. Okay, we can use either anhydrous aluminium chloride or cuprous chloride. It gives benzaldehyde. So when benzene is treated with carbon monoxide in HCl in presence of anhydrous aluminium chloride or cuprous chloride, it results in the formation of benzaldehyde. So the reaction is written like this: in presence of carbon monoxide and HCl, catalyst used is anhydrous aluminium chloride or cuprous chloride, results in the formation of benzaldehyde. Okay, so this is the Gutermann-Koch reaction, very important for the examination. They can put the question mark on the product side, you have to complete the reaction, or they can put the question mark on the reaction condition. Okay, here this is about the Gutermann-Koch reaction, and these are the methods of preparation of, special methods of preparation of aldehydes, aliphatic aldehydes and aromatic aldehydes. I hope all these reactions are clear. These are very important reactions for your main exam as well as for the competitive examination. So go through all the reactions, write it down, practice it well. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you.